And now, the Sunday League Pundits, presented by Uber One.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sunday League Pundits weekly podcast here on YouTube as well on the audio apps. It's your boys today. Captain Greggy.
How's it going, everyone?
Big man Brett.
Aloha.
Wazinho.
United sucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I am Liam. Now, before we get in to today's footballing coverage and conversations, everything like that, of course, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube and following us on social media, including those audio apps. But I'm going to kick it over to Brett for a massive announcement.
Yes. Today's episode of Sunday League Pundits and the Sunday League Pundits is presented by Uber One. We have partnered with Uber One, so make sure you join Uber One today for your first month free on Uber One. Just head to uber.com/Uber1, the word one, not the number, the word one, for more details.
I was going to try and do like YMCA. I do O. I can't really do an N.
You can't, what? Oh,
N,
one.
And then like an
You can do-
E.
Yeah.
So yeah, Uber One, O-N-E, like Brett said. Make sure you check out their website. So let's talk a little bit about Uber One and what you can get with it. So Uber One is a subscription-based service that you can get for Uber. Not only Uber rideshare, not only Uber Eats delivery, but also for Uber groceries, man.
Yeah.
Buddy, I gotta be honest, as someone who works at a grocery store, I don't ever want to shop at a grocery store. I'm there for 8 hours. I want to go home. So Uber One delivery service is
Clutch.
sick.
Clutch.
Sick.
Fantastic.
They deliver food.
Yeah.
Lots
They
of food.
deliver food.
Food you can cook. Food you can just eat. You can also just get a ride. You want to go to Waz's house? Get a ride.
Please don't come to my house.
Hey,
Alrighty.
that'd be like a 2-minute Uber ride. But you know what's okay because Uber can do it for me.
Was mentioned, though.
Nice kit you got on there, Brett.
Yeah, I should have
You
changed.
know
before this,
who
eh?
delivered?
Erling Haaland.
Yes.
And Philly
Haaland.
phone.
Haaland.
And
Yeah.
Philly phone. Do not overlook Philly
Shut
phone.
up.
I don't like Foden. I don't like
See?
it. Yeah.
See? I'm
Liam,
not
it's
the
okay,
only
Liam.
one.
We'll put the respect.
I would
for
prefer to see Foden bald than his current trim.
His
That's-
trim's
that's-
not nice.
Just
He
only
looks like 2002 Eminem.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's
it's-
disrespecting Eminem.
modern Eminem if he was in this era.
It literally looked like they just put, and this is coming from somebody who has objectively or subjectively
Interesting
fantastic hair. It looks like he just like put it on in the morning. It looks like fur.
Yeah.
It looks like raccoon fur.
I mean,
And he just put it on, and then he goes, "Okay, let's do this."
I think
and
it's
then
more
puts
like
a little thing in the side.
he has like a paintbrush. He dipped in the black paint.
Yeah.
Done.
Welcome to the Sunday League Pundits, where we focus more on hairstyles than actual football.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was pretty atrocious from.
He scored a
Manchester
hat trick, though.
United. Yeah.
He scored a hat trick.
We're the Paul Pogba of football podcast.
We don't actually do much, and then we complain. And we feel we deserve millions.
I feel like that should be our tagline from now on. The
Paul Pogba
Yeah.
podcast.
Anyways, witch doctors. No.
Listen, Manchester City versus United.
United needed a witch doctor after that.
I don't know what they need
It
after
was-
that.
it was a rough
We thought it was
first
going to be a evenly contested game, potentially swinging in City's favor, but out of the gates, it was one-side dominant. City were just brilliant.
United didn't do anything in the first half.
Of course, we were live for this game on twitch.tv/90th minute official, where we do watch alongs of these big matches. So make sure you can check those out if you are new to the 90th minute and the Sunday League Pundits. But City were so good. Everything that Erling Haaland touched was dangerous.
Yeah.
He could have been on the halfway line. I go, man, have a hit, son.
Like that FIFA video
Yeah.
right now.
Like just there's United lacked midfield.
Yeah,
they had no midfield control at all.
it was non-existent.
Both
At ti-
defensive and
Eriksson
attack.
and McTominay were both.
Yeah, I was a little confused
Not
to see
great.
why Casemiro didn't start. Why McTominay started, but
Greg's reasoning was potentially because that starting 11 has not changed since United have gone on a bit of a winning streak.
okay.
So maybe that's what just even
Chance, yeah.
consistency. But I can't believe you think Casemiro will get a game.
especially in these big games. You know, his experience. I will agree with Caroline Shred on that. Like I think Casemiro's experience would have been great in this game, but I mean, yeah.
I also
have a bone to pick.
Oh no.
You called me delusional on Twitter.
There's been a few people who have called you delusional.
Yeah, but this is uncalled for.
Why?
Because I simply said, like, oh, Ronaldo and Casemiro, even if they were on the pitch, they would have made a massive difference. And apparently that's delusional.
Maybe Casemiro would, but Ronaldo wouldn't have.
I'm shocked that Ronaldo didn't get any minutes. But at the same time, I know what you're saying. At 4-0 down at halftime, realistically, is Ronaldo going to come on and score 4?
But
no.
You also when you talk about experience of Casemiro, Ronaldo has so much experience as well. Just being on the pitch alone could help like drive other players. You never know. There's so much behind the scenes with United right now and Ronaldo. You don't know exactly what's going on, but
especially with Rashford coming off of an injury.
Yes, yeah.
So he can't be 100% fit.
Either was Martial.
Yeah, and he scored 2 goals, baby. AM9.
Hashtag AM9.
That was great, but
of course, it finished 6-2.
6-3.
6-3.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right.
It was actually a
Anthony.
very good penalty by Martial.
It was Anthony, and Anthony.
Yes.
So what happened on Twitter with Caroline? I responded to this one guy. I responded to her. He's like, honestly, Ten Hag is so clueless. 10 CL titles sitting on the bench for no reason. I'm like, just because they have 10 CLs combined doesn't mean they're going to make a difference on the pitch now. And he's like, I mean, how impactful has Sancho been since coming from Dortmund? How impactful has McTominay ever been? I'd use that kind of experience in my team if I had in big games like this.
It's not wrong though. Like,
yeah, but Varane, 4 fucking champions, like, he looked like shit.
He was injured. He got injured.
Yeah, okay.
But he had no coverage in front of him.
There was the one goal where Dallo, and he was in the right spot, but I feel like he could have
done better,
stuck a leg out and done something. It was a perfect ball at the same time. I think it was the Haaland.
Oh yeah,
De Bruyne to the back.
De Bruyne to Haaland is just.
Let's be honest,
incredible.
Man City just played a perfect game, and everything that
we've said for years now. The only final piece of the Man City puzzle is a world-class number 9, and they went out and said, all right, let's go get the best one we could get.
And
honestly,
they still
for a bargain price.
Honestly.
Like a bargain.
Yeah, they still conceded 3 goals.
They did.
Oh, Pep will not be happy.
And genuinely, if you go to the Etihad and score 3, you should be walking away with a result.
With at least points.
Yes. So it shows how disastrous the defending and the structure was of United to concede 6.
That was wild.
4 in the first half, but am I not right in saying
3 in 35th minute?
Exactly. 3 were in the last 5-10 minutes of that half. So what happened to fall apart that dramatically? There was no coverage in it. McTominay is your CDM. I love McTominay. I will defend him, but he did not need to be in that game.
And Christian Eriksen
had one of the worst games I've seen him play.
It's just like so many passes were just misplaced and
but he
everything.
was also overpowered physically, I thought he just was bullied out of that game.
And the funny thing
and
is,
Bruno Fernandes, did I even hear his name once? Other when he was screaming at the referee and got a yellow card?
And he got thrown to the ground
Good.
late in the match. Remember that? He got danced.
by João Cancelo.
João Cancelo.
And then Rashford
City didn't even have Rodri.
Oh, no.
It was Gundogan,
Their
De
back
Bruyne,
line was
and
Akanji and
Bernardo Silva.
Ake.
That was not City's best 11, but it was damn good. It just did a system and it worked.
Well, Ten Hag said this after the game for United. One of the reasons why they played, he said it was a lack of belief. I'm surprised why we didn't bring it on the pitch. I have seen a different team spirit, and we did not look convinced. I have to talk to my players and find out why. He was even shocked, like, what? But why are we playing like this?
Well, think about it like this. I did say to you during our stream, go into come out of half, it's 0-0. Play what you do.
Mm-hmm.
United won the second half. They won 3-2 technically.
Yeah.
So they played a much better second half. Now I would say City dropped off
Yes.
a bit too, but United played much better.
I think maybe so Ten Hag says that United played maybe more timid or not believing in themselves, but I also think Man City comes out that fast, that aggressive, that clinical.
8 minutes in,
You get steamrolled real quick. You know, if you're even slightly on the back foot, you're not getting. You know, you think to put it in context of like an NFL lineman, The second you're getting contact, if you're even slightly back, you're going back. You're not going to win that battle back. That guy's got all the momentum.
Yeah.
City had all the momentum.
Well, and it's not even just the goal in 8 minutes. It was even before then. Like they had all these chances with the goal line clearances and big blocks and everything. It's
At the end of the day, I'm not surprised that City won the game. I'm surprised at the score line of the game.
Somebody said in our Twitch chat, they're like, is this the players? Is this Ten Hag? Is this both? I think it's the players. And Ten Hag said it, like, it just seemed like the spirit wasn't there. And you said maybe it's the international break. You don't want to make excuses.
No.
but sometimes when teams come back from after the international break, it's
I hate
Tons of players.
that's what I hate about the international break. It just ruins all this momentum that the leagues, these teams are going on. It's the season starts, everyone's excited, everyone's hyped, it's going well, then here's a break.
Yeah. And plus there were the postponed games.
Yeah,
too,
I mean that was unfortunate.
When you look at statistics, the second half definitely brought it back for Manchester United, but you look at these numbers, they're not 3-goal different numbers. So City had 54%. United had 55.8%. The corners were 5-1 to City. Total shots, City had 22, United had 12. But shots on target were 10 for City, 8 for United.
What? Really?
That's not shocking,
But it's not indicative of the game.
No. And then you look at the defensively, both teams had 14 tackles. United only made, though, 42% of their tackles completed. Defensively, maybe not the strongest.
No.
Passing, pass accuracy, City was 87.9%, United's 85.4%. Not dramatic. So numbers-wise, United, we were in that game. We should have maybe been closer.
not all about stats.
But it was just that first half, especially the last 15 minutes of the first half, was just steamroll.
Yeah,
and there's one man leading that charge, and Erling Haaland.
3 goals and 2 assists for
The man is so good.
Well, yeah, he's now apparently scored 3 hat tricks at the Etihad in the last 3 games. Like, it's insane. He's already got 3 hat tricks in the Premier League. Cristiano Ronaldo only has apparently 3.
8 Premier League games.
Yeah,
It's insane.
That's stupid.
40 fantasy points for me, though. So that was pretty
and
cool.
also, I'll give credit to Brett and all you guys for waking up for the game because I won't lie, I wanted to sleep in. It was early kickoff, so yeah, I woke up around 6:50, kind of before the match started. I'm like, you know what, I need sleep because the night before I didn't get any sleep. I won't lie, I'm being a bit of a bitch. Anyways. Yeah, I get up around 7:30. It's around the 30th minute. I'm like down. We're down 1-0. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can come back. And next thing you know, I'm watching. I'm like, it's goal after goal after goal. I'm like, I woke up for this.
So that's what I said too.
So Erling Haaland in the Premier League so far, 14 goals, 3 assists in 8 matches played.
It's insane.
Is it fair to say that he's the best player in the world right now?
Yes.
Or is that just a product of Manchester City being very good and Kevin De Bruyne?
He's the best player in the world.
Both?
Right
He's the most.
Yeah.
He's
City,
the most.
because City,
Clinical.
Yes. Yeah.
as you could say, and I don't think people, because they just choke in the Champions League, maybe people won't say it as much, but like they're the best team in the world.
Oh, 100. You consider like every position they have a world-class player, and not only that, their depth is insane. Like you can bring on a player.
But I keep breaking down these stats for him. Okay, so it's 47.5 minutes per goal. Wild. He's got 2 with his right foot, 9 with his left foot, 3 with his head. He could do anything.
That's 2 goals a game, basically, because he played 95 minutes, give or take.
And those,
at least.
Some of those goals, I mean, they're just insane. The pass from Kevin De Bruyne, but his second goal, it was like only Haaland is getting to that ball. Like, honestly, and putting that in the back of the net first time like that.
His height, his size, his strength, his speed.
We can talk about him all day, and
I would love to because I like him.
It's incredible.
Interesting quote just came out from Fabrizio out of this match. Well, it's Ten Hag talking about Ronaldo's 90 minutes on the bench, and Ten Hag says, I wouldn't bring him in because out of respect for Cristiano, his big career.
There's so much Ronaldo talk recently, and it's, we saw an international break with Portugal, how fans were saying his time is done. You know, get him out of here. Don't bring him to the World Cup. You know, he's ruining his own legacy by playing so poorly. At the same time, he was United's top goal scorer last season. He can still contribute something.
Well, it's like Caroline.
I don't understand why he's so far down the pecking order after what he did last year.
It's like Caroline said on Kickback. He needs the minutes to actually get good, get some playing time in, and he'll actually start improving. Like, because this might be his last World Cup.
Yeah.
This will be his last World Cup. Is it the last time we see him in a major top 5 league?
We'll see. Only time will
Because
tell.
realistically, you would expect him to leave United probably at the end of this season.
Especially with how it's going right now. But like, Ten Hag, he's still Cristiano Ronaldo. You gotta respect him. He's gonna be in the Portugal squad. He's gonna be leading the charge for
You
Portugal.
can still hold him to a standard, though. He is a footballer. Yes, he's incredibly decorated. Yes, he is older, but you still have to hold him to a standard of if you're not producing, you're not playing. He hasn't been given the chance to produce, so it's a catch-22 almost. You know, like
he's not producing. But how much has he actually played this season?
I'm happy Martial
Not that
came
much.
on. I'm happy he came on for Rashford because really, Rashford should be taken off probably. I think at halftime. I don't think he did
Yeah.
anything. But why does Ronaldo not come on for Sancho? Well, you took Sancho off.
Well, further on in that quote, Ten Hag would go on to say, other thing was the advantage I could bring on Martial. He needs the minutes, but I don't want to point it out like that, even though he just did, so that's pretty cool.
So the changes made were Varane in the first half came off for Lindelof due to injury. Halftime, you took off Malacia for Luke Shaw, yellow carded. Rashford comes off in the 60th minute for Martial, straight swap.
Slight injury.
McTominay comes off as well in the 60th minute for Casemiro, straight swap. Then in the 70th minute, it's Sancho off for Fred.
And, you know,
I understand you're already down with so many, and you're trying to stop the bleeding, but it's...
Federico almost scored.
And
He
look,
did well.
I'm not trying to
he got-
disrespect Ronaldo by saying, oh, he wouldn't be a difference maker if he played or started. He wouldn't have been. Honestly, United probably still would have conceded 5 or 6 goals if Ronaldo started that match. Let's be honest here. He's not that difference maker anymore, and that's no disrespect to him. Like, what did you want Ronaldo to do? Play defense, play midfield? The guy plays so centrally up the pitch. Like, I'm so confused on how he would have changed his game. Maybe a goal?
Could he have had more influential first half compared to Rashford?
Yes,
Maybe, yes.
100%.
Yeah, there's a chance, but like I just don't see how he would have been a difference maker in that sense, you know?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
This United bench, though, apart from the players that came out, so you brought on Lindelof, Casemiro, Fred, Shaw, and Martial. The rest of your bench was Tom Heaton, Ronaldo, Alonga, and Palestri.
Okay, and?
That's not...
You
It's an
just
old...
mentioned Ronaldo, our backup our
Well,
third
No,
string
but I'm saying,
keeper. And,
apart from Ronaldo...
young-
Alonga has also proven that he
he's
can play
alright.
in the
and you
Prem.
just mentioned everybody who came in.
No,
Man
100%.
City brought in one of their youngsters,
They were.
And then
like,
what like I don't want to I know people may say you have a Ronaldo agenda, you don't like Ronaldo, but there's certain things that there's a reason why. It's like, for example, when his sister comes out to the media and says, oh, he is the best player in the world. I'm like, not right now, he's not the best player in the
Well,
world. I'm
then-
sorry.
then
can't
you're gonna-
control
We're
that.
not-
either.
she's not
Yeah,
going to
it's
say, yeah, you know
silly,
that,
it's silly.
that Mbappe guy,
You know that
he
Messi
could
guy?
dance
Yeah.
all over him. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Like, Ronaldo's sister, he's no longer the best player in the world, okay?
What is she supposed to say? Would you want your mother to come out and be
No,
like,
but
you're not
like,
the best streamer in the world?
Fuck this guy.
Be realistic with yourself. Jesus Christ.
She's supporting her brother.
Yes, because the best player in the world.
Oh,
says
no,
Guess
family
what?
loves each other!
Guess what? She never has to work a day in her life because of him.
Yeah, I get that. But
I would be, You're great, man.
Yeah.
Go wash your
I'm
feet.
just saying. I'm just saying. How does the best player in the world have 0 Premier League goals right now?
He hasn't played.
I wonder why. He's not the best player in the
it's-
world. Erling
there-
Haaland is.
There was a lot going on with
I'm
all
not
that.
saying Ronaldo's the best player in the world. He's not anymore.
He's gonna show you when he comes out and speaks to the media in whenever
When's
that
supposed
happens.
to happen?
So-
I'm waiting, Ronaldo.
We didn't talk about United's best player on the pitch today, I thought.
Thank you.
Anthony.
I was.
Oh, that
gonna
was a great
bring it
goal
up.
by him.
It was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fantastic
yeah.
goal, and I
Like-
thought he really was the only
The
one that
only
was
one.
actually playing the game.
Yeah, he sort of Good goal.
track back defensively, that clear, like he had the ball on the ground and all of a sudden he volleyed it up and cleared it.
Yeah,
and I was just like, what he had like 3 citizens around him. I was like, what just happened?
I can't speak about the actual legitimacy behind these numbers, but OneFootball does lineup ratings kind of thing. Anthony scored a 9.2.
What?
Yes. Some of the other numbers are interesting. Bruno Fernandes was the lowest rated Manchester United player with 3.2.
Wow.
Varane got 4.2. Actually, I lied. David De Gea got 2.2, but he did concede 6 goals. They did Philly Foden dirty though. Scores a hat trick. It's a 9.9. Haaland 10.
Sorry.
Somehow João Cancelo only got a 3.
Yeah, I
don't know.
They did concede 3 goals still.
Take a look at your boy then. Mention Leacha.
Who?
Look at the butcher.
Oh, Martinez.
Martinez scored a 3.6.
Yeah, he had an interesting
I
reputation.
just thought I would mention that for you because I had to let you.
Martinez had an interesting reputation going into this match, but people were saying how he's performed very well against Erling Haaland, and then has.
But it's a team, not just one.
I know.
individual.
I do.
You did say that too, didn't you? Though,
did
for
say
the
what?
game, talking about
Well,
Dortmund against Ajax.
It's just facts.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I don't think Haaland insanely overplayed him. I think honestly on most, at least 2 of Haaland's goals, because the one goal was over McTominay and Martinez wasn't even close
Yeah,
to him.
it wasn't really about.
But the other 2 goals, he was in relatively the right position. Maybe the one where he was in front of him, maybe if he was a step the other way, he could have got his foot on it. But it was still like you could only get so much out of a 6-goal game.
Strikers gotta be in the right place at the right time. And
Yeah.
Now,
is it time to move on? We talk about this We talk about this
derby. We gotta talk about the other derby. North London derby. London is red, baby.
It is crazy that we had both these games same weekend. It's
This was the 5 a.m. kickoff
of Saturdays.
Saturday. But 3-1 Arsenal defeat Spurs. This game was swung by a decision. We could talk about this red card, but we should talk about the goals first. Thomas Partey with a very, very good goal.
A fantastic goal.
20th minute. Then Harry Kane equalizes in the 31st minute before Gabriel Jesus. Man, what a good signing he's been. He scores in the 49th, and then Granit Xhaka does pick up the 3rd in the 67th.
What a goal by Xhaka.
Shout out to that guy.
Good for him.
My captain, Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka is actually becoming really good again.
Yeah,
I saw
like-
there's a conspiracy that someone needs to investigate Prime because Arsenal is sponsored by Prime. They go, these guys start drinking Prime and Granit Xhaka's out here winning the Ballon d'Or.
Start piss testing these guys.
But red card for Emerson Royal. Did any of you see it?
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. Okay. So tackle on Martinelli by Royal on the sideline. Straight red card. It was high. It was above the ankle. It was studs up. Initial reaction, I went, wow, that's a soft red. It should have been a yellow. Watching it back, it's a red.
It's ugly.
It's a red. He comes in from the side. He makes contact higher up the ankle, up in the lower leg.
Did he? I forget. Did he just give a red right away?
Straight red.
Yeah.
It's an ugly play.
It was a dangerous. It is, and if Martinelli's foot is planted on the ground, could that be an ankle breaker? It could be, And was it malicious? And was it a I'm going to come out and hit this guy? No, I don't think it was. I think he was genuinely going for the ball, just went through the man to get it, and
it's irresponsible.
It was reckless. It was
because Spurs were down 1.
They were down 2. At that time, it was 2-1.
It was 2-1 at that point.
At that time. Yeah. And then literally red card happened 62nd. Red card happens in the 62nd minute, 67th. Granit Xhaka makes it 3-1.
Scores, yeah, that's
and then Spurs make their 4 changes right afterwards, bringing on Sanchez, Bissouma, Sessegnon, and Doherty.
You could tell with all those subs, Antonio Conte just went, yeah, this game's done. Yeah. We're going to focus on Champions League.
He took off Son, Richarlison, Perisic.
And brought on defenders.
Yeah.
He just held it down, didn't concede anymore, and ready for Champions League.
We need to talk about top of the table Arsenal, though. We need to talk about, are they for real? Are they legit?
Was
8 games in, 20 goals scored, 8 conceded, 21 points.
of course they still are first. They're 1 point ahead.
Point above
City.
City.
Look, Arsenal are fantastic, but they're no Man City. The quality and difference between these.
We'll
two
see what
teams.
happens when they
I
play
don't
them.
disagree.
City probably will win the title. At the end
Yeah,
of
I
the day.
don't disagree.
I don't.
Maybe Arsenal gets second because we know Liverpool's fucked.
we'll get to that.
Yes, they are.
Gabriel Jesus, though, we talked about this. Me and Liam were
Good
mentioning
signing.
this. It's a great signing. He's been fantastic. But if he gets injured,
Eddie and Kedia, baby.
Yeah.
it's and you can say that with like any team if their star player gets hurt.
Attacker wise, you got Kedia, you got Reece
because
Nelson.
Emil Smith Rowe is out for
Yes, he's out for.
a little bit now.
Reece Nelson there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
They didn't loan him out. Good. I like Reece Nelson.
I think.
Reece. Did I say Reed?
I don't know. What
He's
you
a
said.
Reece, I think.
I think
Okay,
he
good.
kind of had an issue with them. For
With
for-
Arsenal?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
But, I mean, you technically have Saka, Martinelli. You can also maybe play as a number 9, but
Best friends with Jane Sanche.
who is
Reece Nelson.
Nelson James Holland? Wow, crazy.
Wow.
Wow. For Spurs, Antonio Conte gets humiliated in North London derby. He won't like that, especially when his game plan's all about defense first. We don't concede. He's not gonna like this one. He's gonna be big mad. That hairpiece is gonna come off.
They had a pen, didn't they? Oh no,
Yeah, they did a pen.
Harry
Kane
Kane
scored a
scored a
penalty.
pen. Never mind.
Didn't he
never mind.
break another record?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure
He's
it-
breaking lots of records.
It was a Thierry Henry. Most
North London derby.
North
goals,
London
yeah.
derby goals.
He's got
yeah.
7 goals, 1 assist, and 8 matches played, which is really good numbers for him. I mean, it's not Erling Haaland numbers, but
but it's still
we
good.
all can't
And
be a fucking machine.
Spurs haven't been playing that good, I feel, but they've been getting good results. This was their first one where they just didn't get the result.
They haven't been exciting. But that's Antonio Conte. They're
Antonio,
not gonna
but like
play.
it's even more. Commentators even talked about it when he was with Chelsea. They would still play like back, but they played more on the ball there. Here, they just don't. They don't want the
I mean,
ball.
the past few results, it was they beat Leicester 6-2. They beat Fulham 2-1. They drew West Ham 1-1. They beat Forest 2-0. Yeah, there's no. I guess a 6-2 is pretty impressive, but it's Leicester, so I don't know.
But
if
that
it
was
is.
It's-
also the Youngman's son hat trick.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah, they're averaging 2.4 goals a game. I don't know. It's Antonio Conte.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say it's
Antonio
Conte
it's
ball.
Conte ball.
Yeah.
He'll get you results. He'll be effective. He won't be pretty. He'll be passionate.
You're playing in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
playing-
still think it's just not like a one-off, but Arsenal are just on fire right
Yeah.
now, and it was at Arsenal. It was at the Emirates, which I was also talking about. It's so funny how Spurs had the better win probability at the beginning of the game when it's
Not-
at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And Arsenal are top of the table. It's like, how does that make
Yeah.
any
What
freaking sense?
math made this? Yeah.
That's a pen. Sorry, we are recording this during the Leeds Villa match. Sorry to pull the curtain back here, but that's a pen. Brendan
Well-
Aronson, I just want to mention, has been fantastic
Yeah,
in the
he
Premier.
actually has been good.
I was watching that just right there in the run that he had, just how heads up he's
Mm-hmm.
been, and then made a really nice play. He didn't have anything there, so he just played it back to keep possession. I've really liked Aronson, and honestly, Jesse Marshball's
Mhm,
been decent in the
mhm.
Prem.
Mm-hmm.
But
I will
sorry.
quickly move through the Saturday fixtures. So Brentford and Bournemouth were a 0-0 draw. Chelsea 2-1 over Crystal Palace. Conor Gallagher 90th minute banger of a goal.
Against his former club.
That's his former club.
Doesn't celebrate.
they just took off Aronson. Cool.
Newcastle United beat Fulham 4-1. I'm sorry, Gregory.
Exact
Do you want to go off? You wanna go
I
off?
did in the stream, but Chalaba is fucking shit.
8th minute straight red.
The funny thing is, that was like definitely a worse tackle than what Emerson Royale did,
Mhm.
and it was given as a yellow originally,
Really?
and then it went back to as a red, and it just went downhill from there. We were already missing lots of players from injuries. Mitro was already had a knock; he was unsure if he was gonna play. He came off in like the 20th minute just because it was like it's done,
He
and then
came
the
off in
goals.
He came off in the 37th
Yeah,
minute.
there you
Because
go.
he was limping off. Did he?
He hurt himself again. Like I'm hoping it's not bad, but it could be.
Did he get that in the international break?
Yeah. He
Here's my
scored 4
question for
goals
you.
for in the
Yeah.
international break.
So he comes off in the 37th minute through injury, but he was still busy in this time on the pitch. He did get a yellow card. He's always got to get something. He doesn't just leave the field.
How do you get a
Love
yellow?
nature.
I don't fucking know.
When
think I watched
when
this
did he
game?
get the yellow? No,
12th minute. You got a red card in the 8th and a yellow in the 12th.
I don't remember
I
that
think I
actually.
watched Fulham. Are you nuts?
When
Yeah,
did-
you had to watch your team struggle against Motherwell.
We'll talk
Move
about
on.
that later.
Honestly,
Tell me that later.
I'm happy it was only 4-1. I'm happy we were
Oh, yeah,
shocking.
You did score. Good for you.
We did score.
Yeah.
Bobby scored right at the end, so that it makes it a lot better for the goal. Goal differential is gonna matter when it comes to a relegation
Yeah,
fight.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Well, I mean, you guys might not even be in the relegation fight, but
The
no,
team that
no
might
way.
be in
At
the
the end of the
relegation
league,
fight
though.
would be Southampton.
Yes.
They are currently sitting 16th. They did lose 2-1 to Everton. Buddy,
Sorry, there's a fly.
Everton's been
better.
looking
Better.
pretty good. Adrissa Gana Gay being back, such a difference, honestly.
You know who I forgot plays for Everton? Connor Cody.
Yeah.
I
He's,
forgot about that.
Scored a
move.
goal. Scored a
I
goal.
love Connor Cody.
It was a good pickup. I thought it was a good pickup.
I'm just surprised Wolves let him go. Like,
Me too.
Well, let's talk about Wolves
Yeah.
because they lost 2-0 versus. Wolves lost 2-0 versus West Ham. And coming out today, Wolves have sacked their manager. He's gone.
Is it- it is- he
It
is gone?
sacked in the morning. 2 goals from Skamaka and Jared Bowen for West Ham. They're starting
West Ham-
to slowly find their feet.
West Ham needed to do that, yeah.
Oh.
Diego Costa's return to the Prem
To
as
Wolves,
well.
yeah. Because West Ham
He
are now
came off the
15th.
bench.
Now 15th. Their previous few results. So they win against Wolves. They lost against Everton. They lost against Chelsea. They drew Spurs. They beat Villa. They're a little all over the place, but
That's
you know
West
what?
Ham, right?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, those are some tough games,
They're
honestly.
starting to slowly find their feet, I think. For Wolves,
They didn't look good.
it's not good for Wolverhampton.
And you had Wolves low.
At least I think I did.
I mentioned in our prediction video, I did not have a lot of trust in
No.
Bruno Lage. I think they were really slow last year.
They just didn't score. Like, they
They don't have
They're
an
still not.
identity.
They're still not scoring.
they don't score, but they don't concede too many. And it's just... I
They
don't know, it
scored
just-
3 goals all season.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
that's insane.
That's why, and they keep trying to sign. They keep signing strikers, and it just still
But
doesn't
like,
work.
literally, you look at these numbers. They've done well defensively. 2 goals conceded versus Leeds, a team that scores a lot of goals. 0-0 versus Fulham. 1-0 versus Spurs. 1-1 with Newcastle. 0-0 with Bournemouth. They beat Southampton 1-0, and then they lost 3-0 to City. Well, whatever, City.
But we were talking about like the Mexico match we went to.
Yes, yeah.
And we were talking about Raul Jimenez, and ever since his injury, which no fault to his own, really, I don't blame him because your brain is terrifying. We've seen in the world of sports
Yeah.
how terrifying a brain injury is. Your brain, how sensitive it is, and since he's come back, it's not been fantastic.
same
Oh
Raul
my god, in the
Jimenez.
NFL, Tua?
Tua,
Yeah, we were
Tua
talking about
Tagovailoa.
That's fucking
It was
stupid.
terrifying, man. Terrifying. Like I was genuinely torn up about it because realistically, this is a game, right?
Mm.
And that goes for football as well. Because how I just remember the sound of their heads coming together with Jimenez and Luis, and it was
It was
horrendous.
so bad. to watch.
horrendous.
Yeah.
And like I don't blame him. Like this is a game, and they put their bodies through that, and that's that for us to sit here and go, Emerson Royale's an idiot, Cristiano Ronaldo. Like it's pretty scary. Like I don't blame him, but
There's real life outside of the game.
exactly. But to bring it back to Wolves and Bruno Lage, it's like, is that a product of a bad system? Because they do have very exciting players, I think,
His front-
other than
His front 3 was Pedro Neto, Podence, and Gonçalo Guedes. Jimenez is out injured.
Yeah.
So then
I
substitutions.
don't like Silva either, by the way.
Substitutions made were Adama Traore came in for
Golazo.
Neto through injury. Diego Costa came on for Guedes. You know, Traore came on. Chem Campbell came on. There's just not much.
It's just, like,
on
not
this
working.
bench
And-
for attacking options.
So he's gone. He's got sacked. Who comes in?
You know.
Bring Nuno back.
There's
And how good were Wolves on
There's
Nuno?
the Ange Postecoglou links, but that's not going to happen because Ange is in the Champo.
Was there really links?
There's been links with
Already?
every Premier League.
No, fair
Brighton,
enough.
Leicester, Wolves, Liverpool for a while
Good.
because of this guy.
Allow it. Allow it.
Well, no.
Oh, no.
I'm very focused on this Atalanta game we have going on here.
That was a nice goal, hey?
Yeah, that's
That
pretty-
puts Erling Haaland's goal to bed, eh? Lookman.
Okay, relax.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize.
I mean, that was poor defending by.
Great
Fiorentina,
feed
but-
by
Addy,
Muriel.
we
though.
have one.
Addy.
More, we have one more game to talk about.
Yes,
on,
we do.
On
It's-
Saturday,
and it's a
it is
big one.
Liverpool.
Liverpool's in the mud, in the mud. Liverpool's in the mud.
I
Na
would,
na 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 na.
I would normally agree with you,
So
I would normally agree
Brighton
with you,
came.
but you can't talk.
Brighton, yeah,
We're not ninth, bro. We're 2 points away from fourth place, which behind
we're
the
not talking
team
about,
who
not
beat
talking about
Liverpool.
United. Not talking about
Yes.
United anymore. Brighton came out storming.
Yeah.
2 quick goals, and it was even before the goals they had
They
chances.
can
It
do
was
too.
they're great. Trossard is
Trossard with a brace, 4th
Oh.
and 17th minute.
It's good to see them being able to produce without Graham Potter. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Graham Potter's football still being influenced there,
Yeah.
and they got a great manager. What's his name again?
Adam Lallana? No, I'm kidding. I'm
No,
sorry.
he's gone. So, their manager is that guy.
That guy.
I can't even think of the name.
I don't know him.
Let me. hold
I
on.
genuinely don't know him. So
He
I'm
was
not
on,
gonna throw him.
The what? It's like
Love Island. Sorry.
Roberto De Zerbi.
yeah, I've heard very good things about him. So
Where's he from?
everyone's rated him.
Italia.
That was a disgusting tackle, by the way.
Oh,
Sorry.
But, yeah, no, and I mean, it was a 3-3 game, and of course all the criticism, and everyone starts looking at Van Dijk, Darwin Nunez gets a lot of slack,
And Disney.
Trent.
Bobby's been.
Bobby scored a brace.
Yeah,
Trossard, of course, did get a hat trick.
That's
to-
the thing. When Liverpool come back, they're down 2-0. They come back, make it 3-2. I thought Liverpool were gonna lock it down, like
Yeah.
even just get another one, and
Should.
that'll be it. But Brighton just fought back. Virgil doesn't do it.
Liverpool are
and
not the
they
Liverpool of the
score.
before.
No, and that's shocking at Anfield.
Yes.
For a team to go to Anfield and score 3 goals is like
Yes.
unheard of right
Yes.
The progression of messages throughout that match from me to Lucas is sad.
now. I mean, that's why Lucas comes into the Twitch chat and goes, "Lol."
So once it went 2-0, I went lol at Lucas.
Then they come back.
And then they came back and tied it. Actually, this was the own goal. And the only words I said were, fuck off. Then Van Disney appeared, and I said, Van Disney is mid. Followed by Lindelof greater than Van Disney. May have spoke too soon
Yes,
on
you
that
did.
one.
yep.
Yeah, and then I said he turned into Danny Phantom on the Equalizer.
You mentioned Van Disney. I want to talk about Mohamed Salah shit. 2 goals, 3 assists in 7 matches played.
I mean, that's actually not bad. For Salah,
For Mohamed Salah,
it's not great.
Got more than
that-
Ronaldo.
But
for-
2 goals and 3
they
assists.
let Sadio Mane walk out the door because we don't need you. We don't need you.
I
And they
think
didn't
Sadio
let
Mane
him. He wanted to
though.
leave.
He wanted to.
If you wanted to keep Sadio Mane, say Sadio, what was it going to take?
I don't think that was the problem. He doesn't care about money. He doesn't give a shit about money.
Just talk about money.
Wanted out.
Fuck you. I think something could have been done there to keep Sadio, but
No.
Liverpool said no. We got Diaz, we got Nunge, we got Bobby, we got fucking
Jota.
Jota, we got Fabio Carvalho because he started.
And now
Yeah, he got taken off at half.
I thought he had a decent game, didn't he?
Yeah, but
I wasn't
they
watching
need-
the
they
first
need
half,
goals.
so-
They
Oh,
need
yeah,
goals,
fair
and they say no, put on the big boys.
And yet they're in ninth.
Yeah, I don't know why Fabio's started. That seemed very when Jota is healthy, Diaz is
Nunes,
healthy. It's
Diaz.
like why is he starting? I don't know. Maybe they good in training or whatever. But
I don't understand. Like
he's
so
young, so
Other than Robertson being out injured and Shamika starting, that back 4 is their back 4. The midfield of Thiago,
Maybe it could not.
Fabinho, and Henderson. That's their midfield. I mean, maybe Keita comes in, but that's the starting Liverpool team. There's no issues with the squad selection. It's just they're not playing well.
but they're not playing good. But there's a team that is playing good, and that's Brighton.
It is bright. 100% it is.
They're in 4th. Like it's incredible that they're doing this right now, and like you said, getting that result without Graham Potter, like just after someone like your manager for so long now leaving.
But they were getting results at the end of last season. Like,
Mhm,
think of the
mhm.
run that they gave City at the end of the season. Like, it was coming on. And now they just continued that
continued it.
momentum. But that's the big thing, is continuing momentum. And you see as well how important it is to get a result like that with your new coach. After the guy who ran the system in that success has gone to the big club, had that big move that he deserves.
What's their record? They're
Who's?
Brighton.
They have 14 points right now.
Brighton and Hove Albion.
Is it 4 wins, 2 draws, and a loss?
1, 2, 3, 4.
They're in fourth.
4 wins.
Just look at their record.
It doesn't have on one.
Just
football.
go to the tip. This guy is ancient, dude.
1 draw. 1 draw.
One draw.
I'm sorry, 2 draws. Now versus Liverpool, 2 draws.
So
One of them doesn't have the record. It
It's one of the
doesn't.
most unreliable things I've ever seen.
Doesn't
You know
have
what?
a record.
Hey, for everybody at home, just look it up yourself.
4 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss.
Thank you.
You know, there are 1
You see-
losses though too.
You see how quick that was?
Where'd you get that?
You're-
Oh, I found it. Never mind.
Oh my god.
It's in the stats, not the table. Okay.
I'm
Or you
very
know.
happy that Fulham is
Or
the
you
one
know.
to beat that team. So
Should we move on?
yeah,
Well,
we have
The Leeds Villa game is in added time right now, and it's 0-0. Leeds with a red card. The other match on Sunday was the Manchester Derby. Looking forward to Monday is the Leicester City versus Nottingham Forest. Must win for both teams.
Must
A relegation battle.
It is a relegation
is.
battle right
It's
now.
a 6
Because
pointer.
Nottingham are not been great,
Nottingham are
and
19th.
Leicester are shocking.
Nottingham 19th with 4 points. Leicester 20th with 1.
Nice.
It's a 6 pointer. Must win.
Must win
Must win.
for both teams.
If Leicester lose, Rodgers is gone.
I think so.
The
Yeah.
only thing keeping Rodgers in his job is the massive payout he would get if he leaves. I think he's got 4 years left on his contract still, and I don't think Leicester can afford to
Good
sack
bag.
him.
Rogers gets sacked.
I think Leicester are genuinely in financial trouble.
He just puts out like Dewsbury Hall, like center back. He's just like, fuck it. I won 76 million, baby.
I genuinely feel if he gets sacked from Leicester, he will never manage a top 10 club again.
Give it time.
He
Most
failed at
likely not.
Liverpool. He was successful then when he went to Celtic, but okay. And then he goes to Leicester, as taking over a top
He was
6 club.
almost there, but he just
and
couldn't
it's
get that final
fallen
punch,
that
and now
much.
he's just.
But he's been
fallen
let
off.
down by owners, I think. They have no financial backing. They're just not the club that they were a couple years ago. They sold their talent. They got a couple of the Madison Tillmans and that, but they're going to be gone. So Leicester are in a bad place.
They are.
All right, so done with the Premier League.
Where'd you want to move to, Ozzy?
Do you want to touch on Canada real quick? Is it a bad position they're in? What do you think?
No, because and this is something that Kickback was mentioning as well, but it was a match that they could learn something from. They figured out what it takes to beat the top players like a Darwin Núñez, obvious Ben Tekker.
Valverde.
Who scored that bang? Nicholas De La Cruz.
De
That
La
was
Cruz,
a
yeah.
banger of a goal too. You have lessons learned from that.
Yeah.
Just getting a result isn't necessarily the biggest thing. It's about the many things around it.
The whole performance.
Yeah.
Canada really only plays CONCACAF teams, so like
Yeah.
just playing a team like
Yeah.
that has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
It's good experience.
Exactly.
And I don't think Canada were embarrassed in the 90th minute. And throughout the 90 minutes, Canada was not played off the
dude.
park.
Weren't people saying Canada performed pretty well? For me, it was tough to watch. 'Cause
We had-
one soccer speed.
Yeah. I think we had
more possession.
Didn't Uruguay kind of just
Higher
like
expected
score their
goals,
quick
too.
goals, then kind of sit back?
We had more possession. We had 7 corners to their 0. We had more shots. We had more shots on target.
expected goals.
Doesn't say.
But and that's the thing
Yeah.
from that match to Qatar. The Qatar match, they just got. I don't want to say complacent, that they were just like, okay, we'll just move this ball around and take our chances when we want to. Really, especially in that second half, they
Bro,
were just throwing stuff out there.
Qatar's gonna get gutted at the World Cup.
Yeah,
They're done.
Yeah.
There's no way they get a point. I'm sorry.
No.
Unless there's some corruption and match fixing, which we've seen before.
yeah, true.
South Korea.
Shut out. Also, a 0-0 draw in that
0-0
match.
draw between Leeds and
But
Villa.
yeah, no, I think there is lessons to be had.
Yeah, it's just annoying because the people who didn't watch the Uruguay Canada game, they're like, oh, see, Canada's not ready for the World Cup. They're gonna get toasted by Belgium and Croatia. They're not gonna make it out of the group. Relax.
It might still happen,
Yo,
but
guess what? Guess what? Spain lost to Switzerland in their opening match in 2010 World Cup. What happened? Spain won the World Cup. Do not let one match determine the rest of your fucking.
And it wasn't like they played a bad game. They were not played off. They were the better team.
Yeah, these results happen. Canada will learn from this result and hopefully make them stronger going into the World Cup.
I'm sure a few of those Canadian players were a little nervous playing against Federico Valverde and Darwin Núñez when they play for Montreal.
Yeah.
Buchanan just coming back from injury now. Mark Anthony Kay as well coming back from injury. There was no Atiba Hutchison as well. No Jonathan Osorio too. Like, yes, this was a good amount of the Canadian players, but the midfield was a shell of itself. Yes. So, and Liam mentioned, Liam Harobin over on Kickback, he mentioned, well, what if you put Davies back there as a CDM? I think that's a little reactionary because of how depleted that midfield was. Yes, during that window, they looked a little bit shaky in that midfield, but because there's Ishmael Kone and Samuel Piette, who hasn't been playing many matches for Canada recently, when there has been a Mark Anthony Kay, Stefan Eustáquio, who's been playing fantastic, a goal and assist in his last match in Portugal for Porto. And he's playing big minutes. That's important for the midfield, especially when Atiba is going to be coming back from an injury and maybe have a game and a half to get back into game shape. Same thing with Osorio. A tough thing with him. He said he's feeling like vertigo after he got elbowed in the head, right? So there's stuff that needs to be sorted out. There's time, but that's the big thing with that game against Uruguay is that there's a lot that you're able to take from it, and Canada, it has the perfect guy to do that in John Herdman.
Yeah, they do. They have the right system in place, and I think they can put that negative of a loss versus Uruguay, and they can turn into a positive. Look, you were in this.
Yeah.
We conceded 2 goals, maybe not shit goals, but a free kick and a header at the back post. Clean that up, and you know what? Score a goal, and you're in this game, man.
Yeah, that header was by a 100 million player, Darwin Núñez.
Plays for Liverpool, like,
exactly.
Like, you. If Canada could have scored a goal and been 2-1, I think we draw that game
and have a different conversation.
Yeah.
The other thing too is with John Herdman. Alistair Johnson said it before, and he goes, going into that first match against Belgium, the one thing people won't say about Canada is that they aren't ready. They weren't prepared. They have been getting, since the moment that they found out who was in their pool, who was in their group, and when they were playing, they got to the chalk table, or the chalkboard is the word I'm looking for, and got ready, and they're ready for Belgium.
The level of scouting and recruitment and intense knowledge will be so high for these clubs or these nations. They will be,
and I think it's fair to say that Canada has been doing more preparation for these opponents in the World Cup than a Uruguay. They probably know more about Belgium and Croatia than Uruguay. Because the Uruguay game we found out a couple months ago.
Do we play Morocco? Is that our last game of the group?
Maybe. I don't know.
I find it kind of sucks. Would have been nice to, but it'll be it's just gonna, no matter what, it's gonna be a tough test
Morocco,
for Canada.
I think Morocco should be a win for.
It should be a good game.
It's tough though. It's tough to say because we're still a completely no-name team. We don't know. We've never been there. Do we beat Morocco? Maybe.
But that's not the mentality you should have going to a World Cup.
You gotta be confident. You gotta go in confident.
The third game is Belgium, Croatia, then Morocco.
See, I'm kind of like it might be nice to at least it's the same. It could be a win. It'd be nice.
Maybe it comes down to final day to
but
get
if you
third
can,
place in that group.
Because if we lose to Belgium, like you're saying,
who cares? Yeah,
it's Belgium.
However,
go try and get a point against Croatia and beat Morocco.
But you could catch Belgium sleeping. Your good catch, Belgium going, oh, it's these Canadians. Just focus your energy on that guy over on the left. I don't know why. That's why I think Belgium sounds.
I don't think KDB is going to be sleeping, though.
Just in general, you can get caught. We have seen it over and over and over and over and over again at the World Cup.
You Canadians, we'll take them on.
yeah. Oh, that's the Netherlands, isn't it?
I think it's like French, honestly.
That was.
Anyways,
I wanted to mention quickly in that same international window, another nation who won't be very happy with their results.
Don't mention England.
The US of A, baby.
Okay, good.
2-0 loss versus Japan and a 0-0 draw versus Saudi Arabia. When does Berhalter go?
Tomorrow.
He should not go to this World Cup.
Well,
but
he has
will.
to. He has to, right? They're
You're not going to sack him a month before.
Exactly. You're not going to bring in an entirely brand new regime a month before the World
Should
Cup.
never been appointed.
Wow.
God, that sounds so weird to say. A month before the World Cup.
Yeah, I know.
And
it
it's
is weird.
October. What the hell? It's so
Let's
weird.
switch gears a little bit. We've talked football. We've talked international. I want to talk FIFA 23, Wazinho. It has dropped.
FIFA is finally out.
It has dropped.
It's been alright.
It's been eight.
I've liked it so far. No real complaints other than goalkeepers are shit.
Who's your
Goalkeeper's
best?
shit.
Who's the best player you've packed?
I like a Rashford, like nothing crazy. I've just
Either of you?
I've packed players who've gone for a lot and low rated, like a Zakaria that's like 30k, which this is stupid.
Yeah, I haven't packed anything.
I don't play Ultimate Team.
Neither do I.
I play career mode.
My striker
Squad.
right now, I have a La Liga team with my main man Iago Aspas.
Yeah, go off, buff.
Yeah, I'll go Aspas.
I did pack him, actually, yeah. So.
But FIFA 23, what I want to talk about, the career mode is back. The 6-man 90th minute career mode series will be coming back, and you can catch it actually live.
Well, it's not back. It's upgraded to 6 minutes.
Yeah,
but-
technically
It was
it's
5.
introducing.
It's now 6, but the career mode that you know and love is going to be back, and it's actually going to be live. You can watch it live being recorded on twitch.tv/the 90th minute official. You can be a part of the series. You can see your comments when we are playing, kind of thing. But if you haven't seen our introduction episode where we get our clubs, you should definitely check it out, by the way, because it's a funny video. Greg, right? Hey,
you were
Greg!
funny. You were funny in that.
We're having a good
He was
video.
making some voices, that's
But-
for sure.
you, me, the boys, let's go over the clubs that we got.
Go over some of like the clubs and
Yeah,
talk about
because
it.
Waz has the funniest team.
Waz is. I didn't even realize that. Like,
You want to go over Wazini's
Yeah,
first?
let's start with-
Reading.
Waz has got Reading. So Reading are currently 3rd in the championship.
Which the funny thing is, in the video, he gets Reading and he goes, "That's fucking boring."
but it actually
It's far
isn't.
from.
Yeah,
So in real life, Reading is managed by Pollins. Notable names you may know: Nessigan Walker. You signed him before. You got Scott Dan. You've got Sam Hutchins. You got Baba Rahman, the Chelsea man.
Love ramen noodles.
You got Jeff Hendrick, who you once described as a certified baller.
He is.
Yep.
yeah.
Irish
You got
baller.
Aziz.
Hey.
I've used Aziz where he's actually really good in career mode, I gotta say. You got Tom Ince. You got Shane Long.
Shane
Or
Long.
You
Irish
got-
Kings.
You got Junior Hoylett, the Canadian legend.
Good.
And the man, the myth, the top bun legend, Andy Carroll.
Yes.
You have Andy Carroll in your squad.
Although it showed his picture was bald, so it's very. I don't know what's going on there.
Is he bald?
No,
In the
he's not
game,
bald.
in the game, it's very weird. I don't know.
But you have Andy Carroll. Are you happy with that?
Yeah,
Andy Carroll. That's
my
funny.
manager's name is Lord Waz, as I should be always called, and we all know this.
That was Don
Oh, we can do Don. That's more of like if you're.
in
On
Spain.
the streets.
Spain.
That's in the streets.
Don
Spain
was
or
it?
Italy. Don was. Huddersfield. Greg, you're taking over Huddersfield.
The
Currently-
Terriers.
Currently 23rd in the championship.
Nice.
But you have an okay squad for FIFA at least.
That's what we said when you got them, that they were actually pretty decent.
I mean, this team was in the Premier League not that long ago,
which is insane.
which is it's
in terms of notable names, I guess. You're maybe missing a little bit. You got Jordan Rhodes. You've got.
There might have to be some signings
You've got,
made.
you've got a Rowe. You've got Aaron Rowe.
Aaron Rowe.
Hey, you got a row.
You've got Luke Mbet, the young English defender. He's okay. That's about all I really. If you know these teams, you suppose comment down below. Give us like, oh, you should use this guy. This guy's gonna be one to watch. Get rid of this guy. Help us out.
Yeah,
because the clubs that we got, some of them are huge clubs, of course, but some of them are not. Right. So help us out. I'll keep at the bottom of the table with Coventry, managed by Lukasz.
Crew.
Yeah, they are bottom of the table right now in the championship. Squad wise, there's not many names I can really pick out here. Jack Bidwell, I've heard of.
When I think of Rule the manager,
Yep.
I think of Johan Cruyff in his prime as a manager.
Okay. He's got Casey Palmer, who Rasta signed before the Jamaica International.
Crew is gonna be good. He's
When
gonna
I
be
think of Casey Palmer, I think of Bird.
Bird?
He is Bird.
Okay.
Bird.
You got Fabio
Okay.
Tavares, a young.
What is going on with you?
Just let it. You got young Portuguese Fabio Tavares. Martin Waghorn is there. The Englishman. He's 32.
We're watching Atalanta and Fiorentina, and one of the Atalanta players is pulling down Jovic's pants, his shorts.
And he got drunk for
Yeah,
about 4 yards afterwards.
Wow! Welcome to football in Italy.
I think Lucas will have to really use his scouting network because he knows a lot of players from obscure
He
places.
is the scouting network.
He is.
But he'll know so many players to
Yeah.
do just from like FM
Yeah.
as well. It's just like
So he will be able to make signings of relatively cheap signings. And
Welcome.
He'll do well.
Wule.
Yeah. Wooly. Oh no.
honestly, you never know. He might go get Wule. Yeah, he'll be good.
Over. Stoke City, baby.
That's so fitting. That's so fitting.
We're playing
Because
Brexit ball.
you were the one that were like Liam should get Stoke.
I wanted-
the one before, right?
Well, yeah, I wanted Burnley this time. I
Well,
wanted to
Stoke
play
those
4-4-2.
pipes,
so
right?
before you were like Stoke because that's just like
Stoke or Derby
get
County
stuck
is
in
what I
it.
wanted.
Stoke.
You're gonna stoke them pipes, yeah?
Oh,
Tujon
Big
Sterling,
man
Harry
thing.
Suter. You got Phil Jagielka's there.
yeah.
He's retiring
He's
the end of the season.
Issa Wagwan thing, yeah?
He has, I think, like 23 pace. Okay, he's not playing.
Well, you got to use him right in the
Gavin
middle.
Kilkenny. You got William Smallbone. He's good, the Irishman.
Have you learned to not use a 3-5-2 this time?
I'm not playing 3-5-2. I know my formation is 4-4-2.
Yeah, Booney smack my
Nick
smack.
Powell. You got Wright
4-4-2
Phillips.
4-4-2 is
You have
good.
D. Wright Phillips. You got Tyreek Fosu, who's actually pretty good. You got Liam Delap on loan from Man City.
That's a good one because if you can
Dwight
get him
Gale.
going,
Is that your team?
Yeah, this is.
Why are you saying you have?
Do I?
Booney, I
Yeah.
show you the lap, yeah?
What?
Continue.
Dwight Gale, you know he can score a goal in the
Dwight Gale, you
championship.
got
So
Tyrese Campbell as well, who Rasta signed.
I
he was
love
good
some
for
Campbell
Rasta.
soup.
Got Josh Lauren to the midfield. There's some
It's-
okay
it's a-
players. You
it's
got
a- it's a-
Klukas.
it's a good squad.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm somewhat happy with it. But defending is slow as fuck.
But
Holy
that's what
shit.
you got some transfer budget though, right? I think you probably have like the most.
I don't know.
I am most excited for Maddie's.
Well, let's go on to
Well,
Rastus
his
Rotterdam.
He's not happy. Like he
They're
is
currently
not
12th
happy.
in the league, though. They're doing
Yeah,
okay.
but that's real life. We're talking
He
about
has a
FIFA,
Jamaican and
where
Wes Harding.
rating is actually a thing.
Jamie McCart is there.
Are you in Mike McCart?
Grant Hall. I'm not even going to respond to what I just heard over there.
McCart.
Shane Ferguson from Northern Ireland. Connor Washington. Ogbene. There's not
His
much.
face.
That's a throwback
What, Ogbene?
to notorious days.
Yes.
We were notoriously bad.
Don't worry, I was there with you.
Yeah, it was shit, man.
But Rasta's got a job, and Rasta always says he needs money. I need lots of money. I'm gonna buy and sell and
He's
move and wheel
not
and deal.
getting money.
He ain't
He's
getting money.
not having any gimmicks.
He's gonna.
He's
have
gonna
a
try.
tough
He's gonna
He's
have to
gonna
work.
try,
He's
but
gonna have to work, which is good.
Actually-
You piss me because you're actually gonna succeed probably.
my team's in 23rd.
Yeah, but you probably have a decent budget because they're a somewhat decent sized club.
It's like it's all right. It ain't no Blackburn.
It ain't no Sunderland.
We are Sunderland. Yeah, we are Sunderland. I'm pumped.
I'm sure you are because
Sunderland actually will be sick.
How do we get relegated?
That's
We
just
might.
rude. Patrick Roberts is there, my boy. You got Alex Pritchard, the American Lyndon Gooch.
Yes.
You have Matete.
Luco 9.
Yeah, Luco 9, yeah.
Lyndon Gooch.
Elias Sims on loan from Everton.
Ma Diallo.
Diallo. Jack Clark.
The Red
there's
Devils,
some
baby.
there's some okay names here for Sunderland. I mean, it's Sunderland. It's a
Ross
giant
Stewart. Ross
club.
Stewart.
Yes. The question is, can you bring them back to Premier League glory?
Yeah.
And that is realistically what this series is going to be all about. Is the 6 of us are going to be playing in the championship. Can we get it to the Premier League? Can we get our clubs back to the top flight of English football?
Like, we'll have different expectations, obviously. Like Rotterdam. Like the.
But the goal is to get promoted.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. But I mean.
We know Ras is
Could you imagine
he's a
that
good
in the
player.
Prem?
Oh,
Irish. We're gonna be the Irish Kings, yeah.
Oh, is Andy Carroll starting up top?
I don't know. I'll buy an Irish guy. We'll see. In order the Peaky Blinders.
It's like Irish, but Scottish, but trucker.
You don't know what's gonna happen. You're gonna hit yourself.
It's like a Gaelic truck driver.
Gallic.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Listen.
We're super excited it's gonna be back. It's,
Yeah. No,
hopefully you
it
guys
should be
are
a good
too.
time. And yeah, make sure, like I said, so the videos will come out on the YouTube as normal, like they always do. That's where you watch the 90th minute and the Sunday League Pundits. That's where you will see it. But if you want to join us live for the recordings and be a part of this series, you can help us live make transfers and come up with ideas, formations, and gameplay. Twitch.tv/the 90th minute official. Our first episode will be on Tuesday, October
4th.
4th. Thank you. I don't know what date it is today.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, technically tomorrow.
Oh, I guess this comes out Monday. I guess tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Yeah,
like-
Tuesday, October 4th.
We'll be there
Time,
live.
I don't know what
think we have a
time.
specific time yet, so just
It'll
Have your
probably be a later
notifications on.
hour. It likely will be.
have
Check
your
us out
notifications
on
on.
If you're-
Instagram and Twitter.
If you're from North America, you'll probably have a better. I mean, if you're Europe, it's gonna be super late for you, like maybe 3 a.m. 4 a.m.
But we do have YouTube.
Oh, we got
anyways.
the YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up there.
Do you want to
Yeah.
talk anything else about this?
So
No.
sorry. I'm hitting him right.
He's just, yeah. But I enjoyed that podcast. I thought it was good. A good conversation.
Yeah.
Make sure you are subscribed here on YouTube if you are new. And if you are still watching, of course, if you're listening on those audio apps, Spotify, Apple, all this good stuff, follow, share, help us get these Sunday League Pundits and the 90th minute out there from Wazinho.
No, you're not putting that in.
From Greg.
No.
Listen, thanks for watching, listening. We'll see you next week. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
What the fuck was that?
Is it around?